Hey everyone, I'm doing this video technically a day late, but it is nonetheless still important to me, and that is the fact that 39 years ago, one of my favorite films, John Carpenter's Escape from New York, was released in theaters. It came out July 10th, 1981, and even though I didn't see it till years later, it has become over the years one of my top 5 favorite films, depending on my top 10 list. Sometimes titles kind of move around. Usually it depends on which one I watched last. But I think usually Escape from New York is usually about number 5. So obviously I had to make a quick video celebrating the film. You know, I obviously got my Escape from New York shirt on. And I figured this might also be a good time to actually show some of the Escape from New York stuff I have. First up is the Nelson Entertainment VHS. And this is actually my copy from when I was a young kid. This is the one I grew up watching. So I'm so happy I actually still had it. I actually thought I did something stupid and got rid of it like years ago. But luckily I still found it and I was like, oh yes, thank God. And I also have the director's edition from I think like the sort of mid 90s. And I also have the Laserdisc of it as well, which is really, really cool. You know, it's got a lot of stuff on it. I love that it opens up. See if I can get all that sort of in camera there. And I'm getting some glare, sorry about that. And of course, what was so important about this particular release is the fact that, one, this was the first time the film was ever on home video letterbox in its original CinemaScope aspect ratio, but it also is the one that they recorded the commentary track with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell for that has been luckily on every release since. Another one I picked up actually just a couple years ago. I just got such a kick out of it, and this is the video disc version of Escape from New York. If I remember correctly, these were done in the sort of like early 80s, maybe late 70s, early 80s. And you can tell, you know, it's kind of similar to Laserdisc, you know, semi-similar idea, but I think the Laserdisc sort of perfected what this format was actually trying to do. But yeah, I actually found one of these and I was like, Escape from New York, I have to have it. And this is sort of an oddball one, but I actually do have the UMD release that they did when the Sony PSP was out. So just a cool one to add to the collection. And I do have a couple of the DVD releases, but I do have the Scream Factory release, the Scream Factory Steelbook, and obviously the more recent 4K. And this is the boxed, sort of the thicker box set, as well as the Steelbook version that they released of this. And as far as the music goes, I absolutely love the score to the film, and I still have, believe it or not, I was actually surprised I still had it. I found it during the move. The original cassette soundtrack for Escape from New York. This is actually my copy from when I was a kid and used to listen to it all the time. Yeah, so definitely a very cool one. Somewhere I also have, I think, the early CD release as well. I think that's still boxed up. And I also have a more recent CD release, which you can see here, which is also autographed by Alan Howarth. I think you can sort of catch that in the light a little bit. And not too long ago, I did get the original LP version of the soundtrack, which I absolutely was over the moon happy to find. And I actually do have it framed in my room. Every time I look at my wall, I can see it up there, and yeah. Always makes me smile. And something else I have is a copy of the original music transcript of the score. And as you can see here, there's all the, so these are the copies of the original notes for the music. I can't forget, obviously, some of the Snake Plissken figures that I have. So I do actually have the NECA one. I actually have 2 of these. There's this one, and then I do have one up on my wall. And I also have the reaction figures as well. I do currently have pinned to my wall, you can see here. And my Sideshow Collectibles 12-inch Snake Plissken, which I have here next to my Jack Burton one. And obviously I can't forget some of my posters for Escape from New York, starting with the teaser poster, which I was really, really happy to get. And then I have a couple versions of the one sheet. I actually have one that is rolled, which is framed behind me in this room that you can see here. Some of you remember this from the room tour. And I also have the folded poster, which I also have autographed by John Carpenter for when I met him. And I also have a 30 by 40 version of the poster as well. Have the lobby card set, which is very, very cool. It's actually one that Originally, I got the set and it only had 7 cards, so I actually had to track down that one remaining card, but luckily I eventually found it, and now I do have all 8. And I do have the video poster for that release in the mid-90s, the one that showcased the Laserdisc and that VHS. And I do have a couple of foreign posters, or at least foreign for me, for where I live. The first one is the German poster. It's a cool one, because I really like sort of like Snake's pose in it, but also it's huge. It's one of those, I don't remember the exact dynamics. I don't think it's 47 by 63, but it's sort of similar to that. And speaking of 47 by 63, I do actually have the French poster, which is very, very big. I do have the Italian, what's known as a 4-sheet poster, and this thing is monstrous. This is actually, it's so big, it actually is made up of 2 sheets of paper, the top half and the bottom half, and what you do is you line them up in the center, and that's how you would display them. And this thing is so big, if I remember, the dimensions are approximately 4 feet across and 6 feet tall. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it or anything. I just like the fact that I actually have one. Next up, I have the Mondo poster from Escape from New York from a couple years ago. And what's actually cool about this one, aspects of it actually do glow in the dark. And then finally, I have the poster from the UK Studio Canal re-release. These were artist prints that were done. They actually did it for each of the 4 films. I wish I could have gotten all 4, but I at least definitely wanted to get the Escape from New York one. I'm sure I have a couple more Escape from New York things that I'm sort of blanking on, but that's all definitely the main stuff. The film means so much to me personally. For some reason, it's just one that has always clicked with me. I just find it highly entertaining, and from an creative standpoint, it has always been very inspirational to me on so many levels. Escape from New York has just become my favorite John Carpenter film, and again, like I said, you know, basically one of my top 5 favorite films of all time. So just want to say a happy 39th anniversary to Escape from New York. So definitely let me know your thoughts on Escape from New York, and if you have any cool collectibles that would definitely make me jealous. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Because you're the Duke, you're A number 1.